Hello guys and welcome to episode 31 of Plum's Quest for Plum Lab series. So, today's episode guys, we are going to be doing something pretty cool. We are going to be taking flight like we said we're doing last episode, but couldn't quite get there. So for now I'm going to be getting a jetpack from Simply Jetpacks. And I believe we have a basic capacitor anyways in this system. Yet we do. We have a basic capacitor. Do we have everything to make you? Let's just see if we can make those basic one. Because after this we can make an angel ring anyway and it won't really matter too much. So in an induction smelter we can combine iron and redstone. I feel like this is a material that we may need some of in the future. So I'm just going to get this guy. Oh, wow. 16 iron's already in there. What a coincidence. I could probably also do with smelting you up, actually, the pulverized gold and the yellorium. So how are you for making these? So redstone conduits, I feel like this isn't going to be too bad of a recipe. I say that, and I bet it's going to be horrible. It's probably not, actually, but... So we can now make the wooden gears. Oh, so this is a really bizarre recipe, I must admit. So can we make these? A redstone alloy. How do we make redstone alloy? I feel like this is going to be a little bit more complicated. So this is silicon and... was it silicon and redstone? So how much silicon do we have? So do we have enough of you? Could we potentially make it in this guy? Oh, I feel like we're going to be waiting all day if we wait for this guy. So I'm going to get one operation going just to hopefully speed things up just a little bit. And you know, I'll stick this guy in here because I think this is going to be our immediate thing. Are you? Wait, I think maybe it can. But actually, I think I've just realised. I think it can only be made in the alloy smelter anyway. So I might as well just leave this guy running as he was. Whoops, not quite sure what happened there. But, so we need also a leather strap. How would you make a leather strap? That seems like it'd be pretty... Seems like it'd be pretty easy if you actually had some leather. So, out on the hunt for some cows we go. Whoa. That was a close call, guys. I'm not going to lie. That was pretty scary. Why has also the industrial hemp farm decided, okay, I'm going to take over the entire farm with hemp? I'm not quite sure what's happened there. I think as long as we can lure that creeper away from our house, we should be good. Whoa, you do not know how fast my heart started racing then as I saw that creeper just outside my house. Why have you decided you wanted to leave the nether? Stop reeing me and go away. So I think, guys, I'm going to go hunt for some cows and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we are back with just a little bit of leather. I think I only managed to get 7 leather out of that entire thing. I mean, crazy. We got 19 raw beef, but no leather for some reason. I mean, I don't know why. The cows just did not want to drop the leather at all. But we got a little bit, and I believe we probably have enough to get on with that jetpack. So, it was the conductive iron jetpack. So we needed the leather strap, which is just that. So I believe, yeah, the leather strap, we got that in the bag. As for the base, in fact, let's just check what we have. So we're now, all we need is these conductive red thrusters. Now, do we have everything to make you? I don't believe we do. So we're missing these guys, which all we need, that is the red iron, which I believe, did we have some of that cooking down here? I believe we did. Okay, we've got 3 of you. So can we now make some of you? Oh, it's the conduit, the conduit binder's upstairs. That would make sense. So conduit binder. Yep, there you go. This ended up in there. So do we now have everything to make you? I believe we should have. Oh, are we out of basic capacitors? Basic capacitors though shouldn't be too much of a pain. I believe we did... was that the gold nuggets we're out of? Not too much of a problem. So, we now just need to make a few more of you. That should be enough, I think. I'm hoping that should be enough. So now can we make... Oh, no, we're out of the simplest thing to make, which is just the wooden gears. Okay, now we should have everything to make one of you. So, conductive iron jetpack. Is that everything? I believe that's everything we need to make, guys. For the... Oh, we have conductive iron? Damn! Let me just go and quickly check if we have any downstairs. We might have some down here. Do we have any divine? Yes, we do. If we have some of that from earlier. So now if I do this, we should be able to make a conduct divine jetpack. Now, if I'm honest, not really used jetpacks for a good while, if I'm honest. I've not really had to do much in ways of... Hang on, I believe we're going to need that charger, aren't we? And the simple wired charger is this guy. So, if I'm honest, I don't know how much power this guy actually uses. I believe he uses 32R for tick, which, if I'm honest, I'm not entirely sure how much that will actually draw up in terms of... If I'm honest, that's probably going to draw quite a bit, actually, 32R for tick. So if I'm honest, I think I'm going to let this guy charge up, if I'm honest, since I don't really want this guy running out on me. As for things back here, you appear to be doing fine. You've had a little bit of problems with some items you don't recognise, but if I'm honest, it's not quite the end of the world. I believe all processing we should be doing fine for. Why have you been left on? Have I been a derp again and left you on? Yes, I have. So because we have a bit of a surplus of power and stop it going to waste, you know, I might as well hook this guy up just to run just a little bit. So we've got a little bit of redstone stuff in this. I'm not, you know, going to complain about getting some extra resources anyways. I believe most of it is just going to get, you know, automatically sent to our refining system. So yeah, we've, you know, gone through that. So how much power do we have in you? 40,000? We've got, that's half of the battery. For us, I'm not sure how much of a problem that's going to be. Although, while that's charging, what I might do is quickly go and check the controls for the jetpacks. Since if I'm honest, it's the last thing I really want is for me to, you know, go in there and not, you know the controls for this guy. I'm tempted to bring a bow with me as well, just to be sure, but hopefully there should be a thing in here for simple jetpacks. Iron bagpacks, journey map, light level, me creeps, not enough wands. Where's simple jetpacks? Here it is. So we've got emergency hover mode. I'm tempted to say we're going to want that thing on. Hover mode, can I set that to B? Okay, hover mode B, turn engine or flux pack. So let's turn it on or off, I presume. I'm tempted to say N. Okay, that doesn't really conflict. In emergency hover mode, I believe that's where it will activate when you hit the floor. So if I press M, I'm just gonna basically have to remember the controls for this guy. So if I think that's basically it. So I'm gonna go nick this guy and stick him on me. So hopefully, yep, there we go. We now have a jetpack. If I'm honest, we could almost use this in exchange of an angel ring, because if I press the N key, is it the N key? There we go. So it basically allows me to kind of just sort of go around really slowly, but if I'm honest, with how quickly we're burning through this fuel, that's not something I particularly want to have on. I think emergency hover mode I'm going to keep on, and I think we're going to have a go quick trip to the nether, and hopefully we should be able to find a ghast, and then pick up... Well, we don't even need to kill it, do we? We just need to stick it in our cursed lasso. So, we've arrived at Nether. I hear a ghast. Little bit of FPS lag just as we entered in here. So that guy... Does it have a squid in it? I believe we put a Ring of the Flying Squid. I believe that has the squid in it anyways. So let's just go and fly around here and see if we can find a ghast. Do I see any ghasts? Some blue fire over there. I'm not quite sure what that is. And if I'm honest, I've kind of learnt my lesson of not to go running up to new and scary things. What I might do though is jot myself down a little waypoint over here, if I remember how to open the menu. Okay, so by the looks of it, there doesn't appear to be a genuine control for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call this portal, and I'm going to save it. I'm going to keep it on for now, so I can just press, what are you doing? So I can just press V every time, and it'll basically give me the waypoint menu now. So let's have a quick look around. Do I see any kind of gas about? I'm not sure if they're like at a different point in the nether. So we're 80% jetpack fuel, which isn't too bad. I've also got one of those big beehive things over there. Not, you know, too interesting going into those yet. But can I find any gas? I can hear one. But if I think capturing one's going to be a little bit of a harder deal here. Oh, whoa. I pressed the wrong button there. So I just want hover mode on. Just so I can kind of cruise around at my own pace. So normally I can't see any gas about, and it's kind of surprising me actually. I'd have thought there'd been quite a few gas. Now the pigmen aren't going to bother me until I bother them, and if I don't want to burn through too much jetpack fuel, since I feel like that would be not a very wise idea. So are there any gas around anywhere? I might turn off my hover mode real quick, just so I can kind of... Is that quicker? I'm not sure if this is quicker or not. I do feel like there's much safer ways to explore the nether than this. I do not feel like this is a safe way. But if I'm honest, if I can't find any gas, I may just have to deal with the jetpack for a few episodes until I can get around to finding one. Since I really don't know why I can't find any gas. Like, I might head back over towards the portal area, as in I don't really want to be stranded over here. Especially given that I've got no armour. Probably not a wise idea. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go hunting for a ghast off camera, just so you guys haven't got to see me, you know, hunt for a ghast for like the entire episode. And I'll be right back. Okay, so we found a ghast with very, very little jetpack power going off here. So all I need to do is get close enough to this guy, and hopefully we should be able to have ourselves a bit of a ghast. If I'm honest, a little bit tense. I know all I need to do is capture this guy, but I'm very low on jetpack power, and he's getting away from me really quite quickly here. Yeah, I feel like maybe chasing this guy down, not the best idea. Yeah, I think what I'm about to do, guys, is reconvene, see if I can find the new ghast, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I went back to recharge my jetpack, and a ghast finally decided he wants to show his face. So, let's go and see if we can get this guy. Now we actually have a bit more power. Why are you... Ghast has too much health. Okay, I believe the only way to really... Damn it. I believe what happened there was we kinda hit the ghast a bit too much, and I kind of made it kind of explode one of its fireballs into itself. Not the smartest idea. So I'm gonna go find the new ghast, guys, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I think I managed to find one that somehow managed to get itself a bit glitched in the floor over here. All I need to do is just be careful not to let one of its fireballs go back at itself. So, ghast, can you hold on real quick? Since you're being really inconvenient right now. Whoa, I'm almost dead. I do feel like, guys, maybe some armour would have been a do here. Since this is not going too well, not going to lie. I mean, we've got a ghast here, but on a more positive note, but can I now pick you up? Yes! Whoa! That may have not been fighting a wither, guys, but I'm not going to lie, that was pretty tense. I mean, yeah, having the jetpack, was that slightly cheating? Maybe it was. Maybe, I don't know, whether the mod author intended you to just be able to, you know, get a jetpack and fly up there yourself. But we did it. We managed to finally get ourselves a ghast, and I'm also pretty happy with that. I believe now we should have everything we need to create the almighty angel ring. So back in the overworld. And is that everything we need to make an angel ring? And if you guys think jetpacks are cool, you know, just being able to fly for, you know, to be fair, a pretty cheap amount of energy. If I realised they were this cheap, I would have done this a lot earlier in the series. Are you not ready for harvesting yet? I feel like, yeah, that guy was not ready for harvesting, and I just harvested him way too prematurely like a moron. But, not the end of the world, I suppose. So can we now... Whoa, I've left the quarry on again, haven't I? I keep doing that. It's quite irritating. I keep either leaving the quarry on or leaving the... Have I left the quarry on? No, I haven't. I guess he must have drained quite a bit of power from when I've been using him. So, about that angel ring, do we now have everything we need to make you? I believe we do. Okay, we've now got this golden lasso and this guy. There we go, guys. We now officially have an angel ring. Da-da-dum-da-da-dum-da-da-dum. What does an angel ring do? Well, it goes in one of your bubble slots, and now if I completely get rid of this jetpack from my inventory and I stick this jetpack in here, we now should have creative mode fly. Hopefully, if that's how I remember the mod working. Now, you use grid power. Now, we don't have any grid power. That's probably going to be something we all have to address, since as much as we have the angel ring, which provides us the ability to fly creatively, we don't have any grid power, so this guy is not going to work. So, if I'm honest, guys, to be able to use this guy, we are going to need some grid power. So we need 32 grid power, and it's something I've not really talked about in any of my kind of earlier videos, but basically grid power is kind of a thing from extra utilities, which basically, for example, the angel ring constantly uses 32 grid power. No matter what is happening, it's always using 32 grid power. So we're going to need some way of basically generating the grid power. Now, why are you... You're losing power for some reason, even though the quarry supposedly isn't on. Oh wait, the quarry is on! Derpy derpy derp, the quarry actually was on. I can't believe I've disturbed. So basically, what we are going to need is something called a manual mill. Now the manual mill is basically your first kind of starting guy, basically. in terms of generating grid power. Now, he generates 15 grid power, which might think, wow, let's get 4 of these guys then, and I have, plenty of, whatchamacallit? Plenty of grid power to go around. But the problem is, you need to be using this guy. You need to actually be, right-clicking the block for him to actually generate any grid power. I can do a bit of a demonstration, I suppose. So if I put this guy down on the floor, and I sort of, continue to keep doing this, you'll probably notice that it says, look, I'm generating 15 grid power. So, as you can see, set there, 1 out of 15 of my grid power. But the end point is, as soon as I look away, he's then going to stop working and go down to 0 grid power. So, not ideal for kind of late game stuff. But early game, this guy is going to be pretty good. And what do we need this guy for? Well, we need him to make something called a resonator. Now, the resonator is basically your key to making stone burn, which is your key to making automated ways of producing grid power. So the resonator, if I can find him from extra utilities, not, too big of a deal in terms of recipes. He does require 8 blocks of coal, some iron, some redstone, some of these resonating crystals. So if I go and look at this guy, so where is the resonator gone? So the resonator's there. So if I go make myself some blocks of coal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got plenty of coal from all of our mining, so we shouldn't be, we're not too strapped for resources. And I plonk this guy down here. This is just going to be a temporary setup. He's basically used to create this stuff called stone burn. Now, stone burn is basically just polished stone in a resonator with some grid power. So if I put this guy in here and I start generating grid power, what we should hopefully start seeing is this guy. As you can see, the resonator, he does fluctuate with his grid power usage. But as you can see, as this guy, so if you look at the number on the left, that's basically the grid power that we're basically using up. And the stuff on the right is basically how much grid power we have available. So if I look at this guy, every time the number basically resets, that should be 1 operation complete, which it is. So that's basically all I have to do to create stone burn. Now, the one thing that's probably going to be the most optimal way of producing grid power is using the water mill. Now that requires 6 stone burn, 2 of these guys, and 1 of these guys. So we can basically bypass all the early game stuff, all the solar stuff, all the lava stuff, which if I'm honest, water is technically better than lava in this. It's pretty crazy. So this guy produces 4 GP per, not per tick, there's 4 grid power, but I believe that stacks with every block of flowing water that's going around the water mill. So all I'm really going to need is to get myself some more polished stone. So can we get some more of you? So I believe we should have some smooth stone, right? Which can then just be made into stone bricks. Yeah, not too big of a deal. I know what was called polished stone, that was it. So can we make some more of you? Now, I don't know how much we're going to need, but I believe probably, a fair amount of it. But now what I'm almost tempted to do is, rather than have a manual mill, I'm almost tempted to say do this a more of an automated way. This is pretty much why you would use something more like lava or something, or solar, because then you'll get a continuous source of grid power rather than using the manual mill. Because basically what I want to do now is basically leave my client here and basically just using this manual mill. And the only thing is, there's not really any way to automate this manual mill. So you can't, for example, just have like any sort of block clicker. It has to basically be done by a player. A player has to be looking at the block and right-clicking on it continually for the manual mill to work. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to get enough for hopefully 1 water mill, and we should be able to get like Gary set up, and then we'll be right back. So guys, I believe we now have enough stuff to make 1 water mill. So I'm going to need, I'm going to need quite a few of these redstone torches. So why don't I just make a whole load of redstone torches? Sound like a plan? I believe it sounds like a plan. Now let's just make as many of these guys as we possibly can, and that hopefully should be enough to make me quite a few of these guys. Now, is that everything we need to make? Okay, we need to make... Do I really not have any of these guys? Oh, I forgot these guys are crafted like that, aren't they? Okay, water mill. So the water mill, guys, like I said, it's basically pretty much the top tier way, realistically, of making grid power automatically. I'm trying to think of where to have my grid power set up. If I'm honest, I think I might have a little room through here. It's kind of an enclosed system from what I can tell of how to create the grid power. So if I stick this guy in here somewhere. I think what I'm going to do is I might go get my hammer, actually, just to make life a little bit easier while digging this thing out. So if I get myself the Plum hammer, as it's so-called, as it's now been named, I might get this ore, actually, as well. Yeah, you know, I'm going to get that ore. As much as we have plenty of iron and a plentiful source of iron, at least for the time being, until our quarry runs out, but even so, then we can just move it. I don't believe this is going to be too much of an issue. So if I stick this guy here and I mine out this wall here, so I'm not in 100% on the dimensions of how big this room needs to be, but from what I can tell, it doesn't need to be overly big. So that's now gone back 3. So yeah, I'll just make this guy go back another 3 just for symmetry, really. I've got a little bit of appetite there from forestry. I'm not planning to get into forestry straight away, at least. So I'm not overly bothered about appetite as of yet. So I think one of these, I'll have a quick look on the wiki page, guys, are basically the way to do the watermill setup, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I've just had a quick look at the wiki page. I think this setup shouldn't be too bad. So it does need to be 5 across, and I believe it needs to be 5 wide as well. Yep, so the setup I'm going for needs to be 5 wide as well, which means this wall's going to have to go back just a little bit further. So I am going to make this room look, hopefully, a little bit nicer in the future. So that goes back 4, so it needs to go back another 2 more, really. Because, I don't know, I kind of like having this sort of perimeter around the area. It looks kind of cool, in my opinion. The one thing I'm definitely going to do is make sure this room's lit up. The last thing we need is some grizzlies spawn and just ruining our day. Is that not right, guys? I'm sure grizzlies will ruin everyone's day. So if I stick this guy down here... Oh, full inventory. What I can do is, I believe, stick my first watermill, say, here. And if I stick 1 bucket of water there. Now, this setup will work a bit better. So you can see he's generating quite a bit of grid power, actually, which is kind of neat. I believe this grid power is actually, going towards producing this. So now, technically, we don't even need the manual mill anymore, because this guy is just basically have enough grid power to work, which is kind of neat, actually. So do we have... I think, first of all, I'm going to dump my inventory in here real quick. Everything we don't really need, which is pretty much everything in here, actually. So you can go in there. I believe the water I'm probably going to need more of to complete the setup. So while that guy is finishing up, I think to complete the most efficient setup, we're going to need another water source block there. And this guy's now full up, so I'm going to turn off that reactor, just so we're not having, too much excess power. So I can then stick another one of you here. This is just from what I can tell, guys, of basically watching the tutorial. So if that guy is now there, he's still producing, quite a bit of grid power. And do we now have enough to make another watermill? So let's have a look. Can we make another one of you? Yes, we can. So if I now get another watermill, I'm going to stick the other watermill there, per se. And hopefully we should have a pretty neat setup. Now, for some reason, the water source blocks have kind of... Why have you formed an infinite water source? That is not what I wanted to happen at all. I think what I'm going to have temporarily is just a little block here where I can kind of try to dump out some of the water. So if I get rid of you, and I get rid of you... Yeah, I'm not quite sure why that's forming a different water source. Like, as far as I'm aware, that shouldn't be happening, but for some reason it is. Maybe if I get rid of you... I don't know, I'm just going to try and play around with this setup, guys, and just see if I can get it to work in the most optimal way. So you are working perfectly fine. Now, can we make another one of you? Yes. So what I'm hoping is if I stick this guy down here... actually, this guy might be working in the way we want him to after all. So, let's put this cobblestone away. And like I said, I'm going to, move this... I don't even need the manual mill anymore, really. Because I think what I'm going to do is... I'm tempted to say keep the resonator in here. I don't think that would be the worst idea. Like I said, I'm definitely going to decorate the wall and stuff at a later date. Since I think... it's not the nicest setup, considering how much of a nice sort of, you know, armoured floor kind of look we've gone for in here. You know, not the nicest thing in the world, I suppose, having like that little crappy room on the side there. Now, one thing I'm worried about, I suppose, is having the as much as we've got this nice watermill setup going, I'm kind of worried about the fact that say we have the resonator going, which will consume however much grid power, and then we've got this guy going. Like, this guy constantly needs 32 grid power per tick. Well, not even per tick. I don't know why I keep saying per tick. I'm just so used to like RF and how that works. It needs a constant 32 grid power to be able to function. And the problem is with the resonator is if he starts drawing power and it goes over his limit, he's then going to start causing some problems. Now, from what I'm aware, now, there we go, guys, I now have creative mode flight. So I can stick this guy in a bulbous slot, and I now have effectively infinite creative mode flight. I can basically do whatever I want. I can, you know, fly around up here. I can, you know, go around the entire map. Perfectly free, renewable, infinite flight. So essentially, yeah, like I said, I've not got to worry about having a jetpack on permanently or any of that stuff. I can just basically fly around the map as much as I want now, which, if I'm honest, kind of happy about. Now, this resonator, like I said, I think what I might do for now is, because he's completely independent of himself, I don't know whether to stick him in here or not. You know, I might just stick him there, actually, and I'll just let him convert all that stuff into stone burn in his own time. The crafting bench I don't really need anymore, so, you know, I'm just going to go and nick you. Well, I was definitely convinced my axe was going to break then. I think one thing I'm going to quickly do before we wrap up the episode is, how is this farm doing? Whoa. That is how the farm's doing, and we appear to have completely filled up this storage crate up with hemp. So I think what I'm going to do is quickly go in and find our little friend over here. Is he here? Yeah, here he is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get this guy... Okay, you're locked, aren't you? So you're not going to cooperate with me. I'm tempted to say I don't think we're going to need any hemp anytime soon. So what I'm going to do is say go back to doing potatoes. I might dedicate like one section to hemp. I'm going to quickly lock the machine real quick. But if I'm honest, yeah, I really don't think we're going to have any issues with hemp and stuff anytime soon. Although, I think we are basically at the wrapping up point for the episode. In fact, we've gone well, you know, past the wrapping up point for the episode here. But one thing I kind of want to quickly go and do is make sure we have plenty of storage stuff. Storage crates. Because at the minute, like I said, we're basically full over there. And if I'm honest, I'm not too happy that our crate's full and it's going to backlog. So, I want to basically keep the feed going. So I'm going to go and make one more small storage crate. I could probably do with getting a medium one, but I think given how, you know, potato production is considerably slower than the production of the hemp, because I think the hemp, the problem is it produces a lot of seeds as well, which I think we probably could actually, you know, utilize in the future, if I'm honest. Now, are you gonna? Okay, I was almost like, I saw it multi-block, and I didn't know whether it was gonna multi-block or not, but it hasn't. Of course, I'm not, you know, too worried about that. So I think what I'm tempted to do is say dedicate this entire section to hemp and dedicate this entire section to potatoes. And if I'm honest, I think that might be a decent idea. So what I'm going to do to quickly do that, and it's kind of a cheaty way, I suppose. So I'm going to go and stick... So rather than using filters, which if I'm honest probably would be the best idea. In fact, you know, I'm just going to go and use filters. I was going to try and do it a bit of a sneaky way, but if I'm honest, I think filters are probably going to be the easiest way to do this. So I believe hardened filters are probably going to be the ones we need for this. What are we missing for another hardened filter? A piece of paper. Wow. Out of all things for us to be missing, and it's a piece of paper. Okay, we've got 2 hardened filters. Now, what I'm going to go and quickly do is get ourselves... We do sometimes get poisonous potatoes, so I suppose I do kind of need those. So if I set this to whitelist, this is going to be for hemp and the hemp seeds. And this guy's going to be a whitelist for poisonous potatoes and regular potatoes. I think that kind of works. I think, like I said, the bottom one's going to be just for the hemp, and the top one's going to be for just potatoes. And if I'm honest, we are definitely past the wrapping up for the episode, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly sort these guys out. So yeah, guys, definitely, you know, well past the wrapping up for the episode, guys. But if I'm honest, we've got a decent amount of progress now. We've got, you know, grid power. we've got like a flying ring set up. So if I'm honest, guys, I'm pretty happy with the progress I've got in this episode. Just a little bit of a heads up for the next episode, since I know you guys probably want to know what I'm doing next episode. Next episode, we're going to be improving this reactor. It's considering how much coal and stuff we have now. This reactor setup really is kind of, you know, mediocre for the kind of end game setup. Well, not end game, but sort of mid game setup that I'm going to be upgrading to next episode. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Goodbye from Plum.
Built an empire.